I love this team. Okay, there's a lot of maturity that we have, and those are things that you can't teach. And you want to make guys keep them composed and everything, but this team, you had Justin Nicholson on the sideline who could barely run up and down the court, but he was such an impact for us, and he's a great captain. And he was able to talk to guys when they're going on to the sideline, to talk them, pick their heads up, and we stayed together. We always preach this. We say play for the person next to us. So it wasn't about any individual person today. If you look at the stats, you got 5 guys in double digits. You got 1 guy right at 8 points. I mean, that just shows. I mean, that's one thing that we've had consistency towards, and that's playing for each other and got multiple guys being able to score. It could be anyone's night. You guys, we've done these interviews, and I love them, and I love the fact that it's not the same person. Everybody's had some love, and that's something that we wanted during the recruiting. And I'm really proud of these guys, how they fought, how they stayed together, and obviously the outcome. I'll say this about our conference this year. We were 9-3 in our non-conference schedule, and we probably had the 5th best record. Okay, that's tough. That's tough to swallow, but that shows you how what to look forward to. This is going to be a tough conference. We have 8 teams in our conference. 4 were ranked, and that wasn't us. And so this is going to be a battle. We're looking at the scores right now. You have to win the games at home. You have 14 games. You have to win the games at home, and hopefully you could steal a few on the road. Well, let me tell you this. What was said in that locker room, I can't share on film, okay? All right? But the fact that those guys were able to listen to me, they were coachable, and it built energy in them, and they came out and they fought, and obviously we see the different outcome. It's night and day from first half to second half, and that's what we want. We want a bunch of these second halves that we had today. But I'm going to break away and talk about a kid. I gave Kylon King some love last time when we did this. And we just mentioned it earlier, multiple guys have been in here to talk and do an interview. Jonathan Paul, I met Jonathan Paul in Dick's Sporting Good while buying some shoes for my son. And this was last year. This kid came over and asked for an opportunity to play. He made the JV team. I welcomed him to the JV team. He worked so hard. So hard. Everybody, I won't tell his personal business, but this is a kid that lives off campus, that works multiple jobs, and still comes to practice, and still stays later, and still gets in the gym to put up extra shots, and then do it all over again. You're talking about a guy who gets his lunch pail, all right, puts on his hard hat, and comes to work. And at the beginning of the season, he sat on the end of that bench, and he jumped up and down. And we talking about now having the opportunity to step in and play and get minutes. You look at his stats, and we were just talking about this as a coaching staff. Jonathan Paul was 1 of 1. He had 5 rebounds. He had 3 points. And for me today, he was the most valuable player. And that's all effort, energy, drive. I love that kid. And when you have the guy who's 7th, 8th, almost 9th, with that kind of energy coming into the game, we could do something special this year. Well, Tyler, we call him TP. TP can shoot the ball. TP's always in the gym, and that's what you want. You want the guy who's putting up the most attempts from the three-point line. You want him in the gym, and he's been in there all week. We made sure to let him know what his assignment was all week long. This was great to open conference play and have come off a big win and have a few days to be able to prep for a team like this. And he knew about Nesby. We've shown him every basket that he's made and missed, and he's been ready. He's been ready for this assignment. That guy's good. When you're talking about shutting a guy down, I mean, the kid scored 23 points. He's that good, but he was 7 of 18, and that's one thing we said. We said, hey, if his attempts match his points, then we have a chance. Okay, and they were close to 18 attempts, 23 points. He was up on him every shot, and that shows you Nesby. All 7 of those shots, I think they're contested, but he's just that good. But Tyler did an amazing job for us.
It's a way to compete and show our toughness. Started out 15-0, got punched in the mouth, and just came back and fought. Overall thoughts is That showed that defines us. That's a defining win. That shows what we do every day. No matter how it starts, it's about how you finish. It's not about the beginning. We finished strong though. I'm happy with us. Well, going into it, Coach, I had known early from our last win that I was going to be guarding Nesby. They had already told me, knowing that our other wingman Justin, he wasn't going to be playing. So Coach had already told me Nesby was going to be my assignment. And just watching film on him, I'm a shooter, right-handed shooter, and he's a right-handed shooter. So just watching him and knowing where I like to be and how comfortable I like to be, I was trying to guard him like how I wouldn't want to be guarded. Just pressure him, force him to be uncomfortable. But he's a great player, so he's gonna get to his spots, he's gonna get his points. But it's just to make it as tough as possible, tough as I possibly can. You're not gonna stop. When you're a shooter, it's muscle memory. So I could put a hand in your face because you could put a hand in my face and it doesn't matter. But it's just to try to get him off his rhythm or whatnot. And same thing with Eden Holt. Like, we know they're gonna get those two guys are gonna get theirs, but kind of stop the other two from getting to the other guys from getting to their spots. Coach said for 2024 we need better bench play. So I believe guys like Kylon King, Roby Peeler, like those guys are in the gym with me all the time. I'm in the gym all the time, and those guys, I see them right there with me. Everybody, we have a group full of guys that are always in the gym. So it was just a matter of time till the bench play started to kick in. And Coach always talks about next man up, because we've been plagued with injuries, just things happening during the season, and that's what happens. But like I said in the beginning, we regroup at the end, and we show what we could do. We're mentally tough. We have 7 home games, 7 away games. We need all the home games. That's what the main focus was today. So 1-0, great start, and like great victory.
I want my guys to go and relax. I want them to go have a good time with family and friends tonight. But for our coaches, I've already thanked my coaches in advance this summer. I said it's going to be a lot of work. And so tonight, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm looking at Southeastern. Southeastern's our next matchup. Southeastern last year at this time didn't have a record that was impressive, okay? But they're well coached. They are a disciplined team, and they've been great in January and February and so on. And that's shown by them winning regular season championship and making it to the Sweet 16. So we're not sleeping on Southeastern. I'm going to have our guys ready through tomorrow, and then come in Monday, we're back to work, and we're trying to get one of those steals on the road.